Hello and welcome to my third outdoor shave. Today I am at a place called Dorris Ranch. It's what we call a filbert orchard. Most of the world, or most of North America anyways, calls them hazelnuts. If you come to Oregon, or the Northwest probably period, and you call a filbert a hazelnut, people immediately know that you're not from around here. And I have a hard time remembering to say hazelnut when I talk to people, especially when it comes to like hazelnut coffee and flavorings and stuff like that, because you don't see filbert anywhere. I'll have to look up the history of that and why we call it that and nobody else does. I think I have before. Dorris Ranch is on the National Historic Registry of Places. This is my setup. Dorris was the first commercial filbert farm in the United States. Dorris and Lulu, George and Lulu, first bought this land in 1892, and when they did, they purchased 250 acres. I'll pause it. I'm gonna get this in my setup here, in my tripod that you can see hanging, and wet the face. Howdy, neighbor. Welcome back to Dorris Ranch. I'm Tobin. Chances are you're probably not. Here today, I'm gonna try and remind myself to slow down, take my time, and really enjoy this. One thing I didn't do when I was leaving the house, I realized I forgot one thing. That was my little, what do you girls call them? What do girls call them? The things that I use for my beard? Well, I brought a zip tie, a couple zip ties today to hang up my mirror. Never even thinking about that I forgot my little scrunchies. Is that what they are? Rubber bands. But thankfully I brought two. So for the first time ever today, I think I'm going to use a zip tie to cinch my beard. How's that for MacGyvering it? So first I'm going to get it started here. Just makes the shave so much easier and more enjoyable. Dorris Ranch, founded by Lulu and George in 1892, and they experimented with several different crops before they decided to do filberts. Let me pause it real quick. I'm going to use my pocket knife to cut off the excess. That's how you do it. It's MacGyvering at 101, eh? Got a little shade that just came down and over. I can see much better today than I could yesterday at Lookout Point. Although this is tricky. This is what girls go through with their big old hair every day. My wife has a lot of hair. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's one of the first things I was attracted to her. Squirrel. I got a whole bunch more excess, but that's okay. I'm gonna deal with it. How's that for an accessory? Think I'll start a trend. Right. So 1903 is when they actually started planting filberts, hazelnuts, filberts, right? Stick with me here. I'll probably call them filberts. So, and when they started doing that, they mostly planted Barcelonas, but the Barcelona variety is it's not oh geez, I tried to memorize this stuff, but thankfully I wrote down my notes. It's self-sterile, that's the word. I just thought of it. Self-sterile. And so since it was self-sterile, what they did is they had Duchuli and Daviana, if I'm saying that right, Daviana varieties. And what's really cool about it is every third tree in every third row is either a Duchuli or a Daviana. 250 acres, first commercial filbert farm in America. My family and I have been coming here since I was a kid with my parents. It used to be, till the world changed, that every summer there'd be a Civil War reenactment here. This place is huge, 250 acres. It backs up against the river. I'll have some pictures of that for you guys attached to this video. But for the Civil War reenactments, they'll have encampments set up to where you can actually go through them, and it's just like you'd be walking through a Civil War camp. And then over here to my right, they would have cannons and this big war battle scene that's on this open prairie hill kind of area. So it's super cool. Tons and tons of cannons, and other than here, I've never heard or seen anything like it. The 6 or 8 cannons on each side for the North and for the South, the Union and Confederate armies, and just the boom, boom, boom. So with that in mind, I had to bring one of my favorites, Plunder from Nobble Otter. I'll be using the matching aftershave. It's kind of it's a bay rum, but it also has cannon smoke, rose, lime, a few others. I'll attach the scent profile, but I love it. And the perfect amount of smoke. There's a couple of soaps out there that, well, only one really that comes to mind that I can think of that was a little too heavy on the smoke, and this one is perfectly done. I love leather, bay rum, smoky. I don't think leather's a note in this. I'm squirreling it right now, probably is what I'm doing, but it's great. It's the smoke's not over the top. Even my wife enjoys it, and she's not a bay rum fan, and she's typically not a smoke fan. Like, I love Tombstone, and especially Boomtown from Phoenix, Artisan. Oh, I should have showed you the package. I don't think I did. So I'm opening up a Rubie. I'm using my date code Z1 Gillette Tech ball end. First use, Rubie Platinum. Making sure all my garbage gets in my pocket. I have a large collection of techs that I actually shave with, and I'll slowly be showcasing them one by one. This one here was new old stock when I got my hands on it, which is why the laser engraving still looks so great. And I've maybe used it 20-30 times tops, maybe less than that, probably less than that. Looks pretty good here in this lighting on the camera, and I hope that's really showing through on your guys' end. 1954 Z1 is the date code. Sieg, I can't help but think of you, Sieg Solo. If you guys know Sieg Solo, he and I have become good friends. I first met Sieg about 1.5 years ago. I sold him a razor off of eBay. Sieg lives up in Greenland, and I learned not too recently that in Greenland they really don't have any trees at all. This is kind of cute, huh? That's cute, Toby. Look at that. So Sieg, I can't help but think of you when I'm out here doing these shave videos. Yesterday when I was at Lookout Point, I thought of you a couple of times. I couldn't do it being a native Oregonian. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. It's all right. And native Oregonian, born and raised right here in Springfield, Oregon, which is a neighboring town of Eugene. Eugene's just the only thing that separates Eugene and Springfield from one another is the I-5, Interstate 5. It's a freeway. Old Fart Mike is his name on Instagram. Is his handle. He is in Germany, His dad was an American, his mom German. He's born and raised in Germany. Mike made me the most amazing clock that you may have seen on Instagram. Mike also made me by hand, and this is this coin here that acts as the, I don't know what do you call that. It's the button. It's a krone. 1 krone, is that how you say it? And it's a Denmark. Oh, it says Denmark coin. So he actually punched it, a hole in it and made it to fit. Still smells amazing. The brush roll, he made 2 by hand. Mike is damn good people. I don't know if you can get him to make you one of these. You probably can. If you contact him and ask him, I'm sure if the price is right, he'll make you one. But I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get one that's better quality. This is just amazing. When I opened it up, I was absolutely blown away. One, by the leather smell when I opened up the package, coming all the way from Germany. But just the build quality and my clock. Maybe I'll have to attach a picture of the clock for anyone who hasn't seen it. The clock's made out of an old pomade canister. I believe, I want to say it's from Denmark too, but maybe not. But he turned it into a clock. It's super cool. Thank you, Mike. I can't tell you how much, I can't express how much that clock, it sits on my desk, and this brush roll, I've been wanting to use them on my previous shaves and show them off, but the console's handle is too big to fit through the little hole, and I didn't want to force it in there, so I hadn't been using it, but I will be using it for the majority of my shaves going forward. The brush is one of 2. I showed you the one the other day in a video. That is my 2-band Badger Knot from Erebus and Terror. John is the craftsman, and this is one of 3. The other one is part of the Explorer series as well. This is from his Explorer series. It has a black synthetic knot. The ferrule, oh man, I can't remember how he described it, but where's that branch at? It's not a branch, it's this. Squirrel, 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 squirrel. That's better. I thought a branch was getting me. It's like, I'm getting hit by a branch, and I did a pretty good job of making sure there's no branches. I might just have to yank this thing out of here. Let's try that. Get out of here. I tried. I'll pick it up in a minute. It's right by my stool here. But I'm a Badger guy first. Just you can't beat a quality Badger Knot, in my opinion. I love synthetics. I love boar. I love horse. My go-to fiber of choice for me personally is definitely Badger. But this synthetic knot that he has in here is perfect. It's got a great backbone. The flow is amazing. Good retention. You can see I'm not losing any soap or water. That's one thing. I got kind of dry soaps out here. I'm just forgetting I got my mirror over here to the left, squirrel to my right. Oh, this plunder smells so good, you guys. If you never experienced it, you need to at least get yourself a sample. If you message me, I'll send you a sample. Oh God, it smells so good. It smells so good. My scoop that I used today was my Smilez for Miles. soap scoop. I got 3 of them. The one he gave to me as a gift. Long story, but he's damn good people. And I can't plug Smilez enough, you guys. I'm telling you, an amazing artisan, just like John. Both of them are great people. I'm big on character. You can have the best product in the world, but if you're a D-bag, I'm not going to do business with you. That's why I try not to be a D-bag. I don't expect people to do business with me if I am one. And if you ever feel like I am, call me on it. That reminds me, the other day when I did my indoor video, I need to make a correction, and thankfully someone pointed it out to me, and it was something that I meant to do when I was saying it, but I still get a little nervous doing these videos like I am right now. And so because of it, I skip over things that I want to say or completely forget. And that's what I did the other day, was I completely forgot. Turn my hat around, block that sun out of my eye a little bit. Got my mirror over here and it's swinging in the wind. So the other day when I did my shave from the bathroom, I said that science doesn't change. And while I agree with that, there's one caveat that I left out. Science does change. The science that I was referring to was like copper, because I was talking about metals, right? It doesn't really change. Science does change when verifiable, accurate data is added. And so I just wanted to throw that out there, that I was talking out my rear, kind of, sort of, by leaving that out. And I just wanted to say in this video that science does change. And for all any of you that were yelling at the screen when I said it, squirrel. This Rubie does extremely well. In this 1954 Gillette, these 1950s Gillettes have a .020 blade gap, so they're extremely mild. But as with just about any razor, in my opinion, you use it enough times and you get the technique worked out, you can get an amazing, efficient shave. So many times during my life I've tried to tell my kids that you have to be smarter than the tool that you're working with. We're a big baseball family. Even our daughter plays softball. So an analogy I've always used with them is sometimes in baseball you'll see people blame their poor hitting streak on the bat, and I'm guilty of this. I did it before, and I'll probably do it again this summer if we do recreational softball. But you know, you get on a bad streak of not getting any hits or striking out or foul balls, and you blame it on the bat. Well, it could be the bat, or it could just be that you're missing the ball and you're swinging too early, or you're swinging too late, or whatever, you know. So I've tried to use that as a teaching moment with my kids, that a tool is only as good as the operator who wields it. I don't care if it's a jackhammer or if it's a paintbrush. I mean, you could, you know, get a paintbrush from Leonardo, right? And you could put it in my hand, and I'm going to be happy with the stick figure, and I'm going to call it amazing. And put it back in Leo's hand, and it's going to be totally different. So I kind of squirreled off on that. But these mild 1950s Gillettes, I can get a 3-pass BBS shave or DFS shave. I don't ever really aim for a BBS. I just go for a damn fine shave, and if I get a BBS, great. I've learned that most of the time a DFS a few hours later is a BBS after the skin calms down and the hair loses its moisture. So yeah, did I squirrel off on that one? One thing I'm hoping to do with these videos, guys, is I'd love to see a lot of people at the very least be inspired. I hope that some people at the very least be inspired to get out into their green spaces this spring and summer. You know, we're coming out of COVID. Whole world's been wickety whack. And I don't know about you, but it has felt amazing to get out. Our state, we still haven't lifted the mask mandates. I'm not going to go into politics. I'm going to stop right there. But it feels really, really good to get outside. And so I'm hoping that even just one person sees some of these videos and that they get outside. But what would be super awesome is if you wet shavers could do some outdoor shaves, even in your backyard. Put the pictures, even just of the setup of your shave of the day. Trying to get a good angle here with the sun in my eyes. My mirror's swinging in the damn wind. So that's something I think would be super cool. Is if we get people from all over the world in the spring and summer of 2022, including you Aussies down south there, Billy, Doug, who are also not thinking of, friends of mine that live down in Australia. I know it's not going to be summer for you guys here soon, but still got nice weather, right? Or decent weather, better than some places. How cool would it be though if we blow up our Instagram feeds and YouTube feeds with outdoor shaves? There went my water. I think it'd be awesome. Those of you who are college football fans, you might notice I'm wearing a Beaver hat. I've actually got my Beaver zip-up hoodie on my stool here. My Voltron shirt though, but I'm an Oregon Duck fan first, and I like to joke that I have 3 favorite teams. First favorite being the University of Oregon. Our colors are green and yellow, so that's why in a lot of my shave of the day stuff you see green and yellow, like my Smiles for Miles scooper here. This one was my gift. That's a freaking rock solid gift right there. I love you, Smiley. You see this, brother? So green and yellow is our 2 main colors. If you ever watch some of our football games, you'll see that we wear a lot of different colors, but our primary colors is green and yellow. Oregon State Beavers, our university that I'm talking about, our alma mater here, is in Eugene, just 12 miles from my house or something like that to the campus. Not far from here though, 45-minute hour drive is the university, Oregon State University in Corvallis, Oregon. That's whose hat I'm wearing here. Their colors are black and orange, or orange and black. So my 3 favorite teams, in this order: the Oregon Ducks, the Oregon State Beavers, and whoever is playing the Washington Huskies. I don't care who it is. It can be Idaho, Boise State, the Vandals. I don't care. for those who don't know, Washington, University of Washington Huskies is Oregon's rival. We don't like them. They don't like us. We love it that way. So, I had a few questions about my green and yellow shaves of the day, and wearing this hat just made me think of it, so I thought I'd address it a little bit. This brush is amazing. This handle just feels so good in the hand. John, you're a wizard. A lathe wizard. Looking at my notes here. So they started planting filberts here 1903, and over the next 50 years they planted 9,000. You can hear my dog in the distance. My wife, our German Shepherd, and our Siberian Husky Wolf mix are right over here to my right. They might be coming into view here shortly. I'll try and turn a little bit so that I'm not looking at the sun. I don't like that lather on the left side of my face. So 9,200 trees they planted the first 50 years. We've had a disease, I believe it's a disease, yeah, that sounds right, come through North America called Eastern Blight, like light but with a B. And the Barcelona strain of trees are really susceptible to it, and so they're slowly going through and removing Barcelonas and replacing them with Jefferson variety, Yamhill variety. There's one other, ETA is the one I couldn't think of. By the time I upload this video though, by the time you're watching this part of it, you probably will have seen some pictures of what I'm talking about if everything comes together the way that I envision it. Definitely been putting together some dry shaves. It's a little too wet, but that's alright. Better than too dry. $9,200 trees. That's a lot by anybody's standard. That's a whole lot of planting. That's a lot of work. This is still a commercial farm, even though it's a National Historic on the National Registry. This place is owned and operated by our local park system, the same park system that ran the Thurston Trails park that my wife and I were at last week, last week, right? When I was up there in the forest, my first outdoor shave. The same park system that runs this. It's called Willamette Lane, which is a play on words. We live in the Willamette Valley, and we live in Lane County, so Willamette Lane. Clever, right? What was it, 50 tons of nuts each year. 50 tons was 100,000 pounds, right? My third grade math skills. So that's a ton of filberts, y'all. That's a ton of nuts. And there's tons of wildlife here. I was hoping we could actually see a real gray squirrel come by here. At my house, which is about 5 miles from here, we have brown squirrels, and they're big, but by most squirrel standards, do squirrels have standards? No, they do now. I'm gonna fight for their standards. But our brown squirrels, they're on the bigger end of squirrels. But the gray squirrels that are here, because of all these filberts, I got one in my pocket. Not a squirrel. It'd be cool. I've got a squirrel in my pocket. I got a filbert, what y'all might call a hazelnut. It's one of the few self-husking nuts in all the world, and they are delicious. And the gray squirrels love them. And the gray squirrels here, I swear to God, are the size of a Buick. They're huge. There's tons of wildlife. My wife got a great video of a woodpecker that was drilling away at one of these trees. I'm going to attach that to this video as well. But because of the squirrel, or because of the filberts, there's also an abundance of white-tailed deer that comes through here. And because of both of those, we also have a fair share of cougar sightings here every year. Every type of bird you could possibly think of, as you could probably imagine. I'm going to do a couple cleanups down here in my trouble spots. This video is definitely going longer than I had intended. I'm going to have to wrap it up here soon because I think I'm running out of storage space. I've only got a couple of minutes left. So if nothing else, what I'll do is I'll do my cleanups. I'll create some storage space. And rinse the face, and then I'll be back. I was really hoping we could get some wildlife behind me. Maybe there has been, I just didn't notice it. Maybe you guys saw it. Maybe there's a cougar behind me right now. All right, clean up, create a little bit of storage space. I only got about a minute left, my phone's saying, and I'll be right back. Quick test to see. All right, that got me 14 minutes. So now I'm gonna clean up real quick, and then I'll be right back. Actually, no, let's just record. What do you think? I agree with you. I like the way you think. Let's just get to it. What I've been doing out here, wetting a rag a little bit, wiping the face down. Normally I'd put my head into the sink to get my goat cleaned up. Like I said, I'll be using my post-shave plunder, Nobble Otter, an amazing bay rum, or twist on bay rum. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that's amazing. So, got a damn fine shave out here today with my Rubie and my 1954 Z1 Gillette Tech. Hope you all enjoyed. I appreciate anyone who watched and tuned in this far, and hopefully I get some good edits on here of where we are, that woodpecker and all that, and hopefully I didn't scroll it out too much. I don't know, can you guys see the, I don't know if you can see it. There's a squirrel right out there though somewhere if you look closely. Y'all have a good day.